certainly.
Yeah.
Well, to have been involved in such big hits as 10 and Arthur, do you find yourself under a great deal of stress?
You were in Arthur?
No, no, I wasn't.
Does it put you under the stressful situation to make everything just as great as it can be? Do you feel that, or can you just go on a set and have fun?
Well, there's a little sort of pressure, you know, and I do feel that Arthur was a heaven-sent role for me. It was just fun.
Super.
I love doing Arthur. I love being absolutely pie-eyed, you know, whatever of the morning might be, you know, with you or anything. And 10, of course, was fun to do. 10 was my first starring role in America, as a matter of fact, and so it had an enormous glamour for me, you know, and I've never been able to quite resurrect that feeling because it was, you know, that was the first time. You know what the first time is like.
No, actually, we don't.
No, that is true. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Mark and Brian have been talking to me, and we are going to have a little chat afterwards about things. Yes.
Well, we were talking about in the movie when they saw that trailer, there were everybody loved it, and they were saying after they saw the trailer, they were going, "Ooh, I got to see that, I got to see it."
Everybody.
Except 2 black guys in the front row. They were going, "Yeah, that Dudley, I don't like him.
I ain't going to be seeing no Dudley Moore.
Yeah, he had a chance to bomb Bo Derek.
Check that out,
And
man.
he pulled back on us and said, no, I don't want it.
What you thinking about?
Yeah, Bo Derek.
Jesus.
We're going to have him. Going to go have Bo Derek.
After you, speaking of that, after you did 10, and it was all filmed and everything, did you feel good about it? Did you know the movie was going to be what it was?
No, I'm totally unreliable when it comes to knowing the outcome. I thought I wanted to basically put a large knife into my
Abdomen.
visceral parts.
Oh, those.
Yes, those frightful parts they are. But I wanted to put a knife in them, which is understandable.
Interesting concept.
It is, isn't it?
Jot that down.
Yes,
That'd make for good TV.
Yes. So I've no idea. And in fact, when Arthur came out, I said, "Who wants to see this drunken little dwarf?" You know, for an hour and a half. But and we refilmed. As a matter of fact, we did 15 minutes of reshooting and stuff, and I think actually improved it a great deal. Got the story before was too much based on my relationship with Gielgud rather than my relationship with Liza, which I felt was in the end more important, you know, to go with the living people rather than the dead, you know. And always a good wheeze, I find. But I'm not good in terms of predicting what's going to work and what's not, you know. But I think Crazy People has it's got a wonderful premise, you know, and I think everybody's worked very hard on it. So.
Well, the one thing that we had discussed before with Crazy People, that was the case with 10, and mostly with Arthur, especially with Arthur, in that when the film is over, or in the heated parts of the film, you genuinely do care about most every character in there.
Yeah.
And you had said that Crazy People has that same feel.
Yeah, I think so. I think that the people who surround me in the sanitarium where I'm sent, they're wonderful. And each one of them creates a sort of a little niche for himself.
Great.
And they're just gorgeous and very touching. Kathy, played by Daryl Hannah, plays one of these people, and she's also very, very moving in it. And I think people will see, you know, that it can be very funny as well and moving and gives you back rubs as well. And,
those are nice to have.
And audio tape, everything. You get everything when you go in this cinema.
Go to the movie, Dudley will walk on your back.
That's right.
Or the 2 pissed off black guys in the front row.
Yeah, I don't like that Dudley.
I ain't gonna be doing this.
Dudley Moore, shortly run.
Take him back.
Dudley run.
Run that down.
Had a chance to do it
Check
with
that out,
Bo
man.
Derek.
Yeah, I'll be checking out
Laying down the
Superfly
bed.
Yeah.
So you said you did 10 was your first major film here. Were you doing films? Were you the big movie star in England at the time?
No, I wasn't. I was doing character parts, and I always thought I had no ambition really to do anything else because I didn't think anything else would appear as it were. And so I was doing these character parts, and I did little roles in various films that you wouldn't have heard of.
All comedies? No,
Yeah, mainly comedies. Yeah, I've never done a dramatic role. I'm not, you know, I don't have those mythological proportions that are necessary to make people cry.
Except, of course, for Spartacus.
Yes, of course.
You were fabulous
It was
in
a
that, by the
stretch.
way.
Yes. And I had to be stretched for that, of course, as you know. Thank you
Which
so much.
can be fun.
Oh, it was so much fun, especially when it's done by Ava Gardner and the Bluebells. And but I was doing little things as the actress said to the bishop, and it was totally surprising to me when this role came up. Actually, I wanted to do a film about a guy in his early 40s who was going through some sort of crisis, the sort of crisis that I have, in fact, been going through since I've been about 3 months old. But it was fun to do. I really wanted to do a film like that, and so when it came up, it was just perfect.
Well, tell us this. How close did your chin come to your shoes when Bo Derek first took it off and you realized, I'm going to be laying with this?
It was very embarrassing. I had to do a couple of nude scenes with Bo, and I think I'm sure that Blake wanted to humiliate us because he said, you know, the film had come out wrong, and so we had to do this nude scene again.
Too bad.
I was trotting around, you know, absolutely starkers, and Bo was, I think she was naked. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
And yes. And
yes.
when you, I'm sorry, I went off.
We understand.
When the movie, we did go off.
Yeah.
When the movie came out, I saw you do some interview. This was years ago, and the question was asked. I don't remember your response because I went off on the question again. But you were laying supposedly naked. Don't know if you're wearing any sort of a strap on top of Bo Derek. What happens to an actor?
Hell, good question.
Yeah, very good question.
Are you? I mean, do you get, you know, rock hard? Is it a vein-laden meat pipe like that?
That's what we're asking you, Doug.
Is it blue steel? A cat couldn't scratch it? I mean, what happens there? Is it embarrassing?
Well, it's interesting you should ask that.
Or in your case, can you tell?
Can you tell? No, I can't. I can't actually, frankly, remember. I think, you know.
Oh, baloney!
Hey, yeah.
No, come on.
Sometimes one is absorbed with the nature of the scene, and
Right.
sometimes one is. It sort of depends on things. No, I think with Bo, it was a very professional job.
Of course
we
it
were
was.
doing. And yes, it was. But with other people, I think one became more sort of emotionally sort of, you know, sort of thing. But it is sometimes difficult. It is sometimes embarrassing, especially when they yell "cut" and you're still sort of just standing there and, you know, sweating slightly. And
I'll just be laying under the covers for just a few more minutes, fellas.
Refusing to get out of the sheets for now.
I'll see you after lunch. Yeah. Actually, when I did a film in 1968 with Raquel Welch. She played Lillian Lust, the babe with the bust. She was known in the film, one of the 7 deadly sins, and she served me breakfast, which you said you were going to, and which has not emerged, I may say.
The egg McMuffins are on the way.
Yeah, right. And I wore something like three or four pairs of underpants because I thought this is not going to be a good day for me, you know. I really did, and I strapped myself in, you know, and I thought I've got to really, because Raquel came in a bikini and
Duct tape,
And a cork.
You have been with some gorgeous women, both on screen and off.
Well, you know.
Oh, golly.
Enough there.
Yeah, okay, we're going to come back in just a minute and talk about the movies again, because we still have a lot of questions for you.
And if you have questions for Dudley, feel free to call now. He will answer them to the best of his ability.